Have you ever wanted to start something, but you didn't? Maybe you wanted to study English. Maybe you wanted to start a new habit, a new project, a new life. But you stayed where you are. Not because you are lazy, not because you don't care, but because something inside you said, not yet. Think about this for a moment. You plan, you think, you watch videos, you learn in your head. But you don't begin. And slowly a question grows inside you. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if people see me try and fail? This feeling is very common, especially for Gen Z, especially in a world where everyone is watching, everyone is posting, everyone looks perfect. So you wait. You wait to feel ready. You wait to feel confident. You wait for the right time. But the right time does not come. If this is you, I want you to know something. You are not broken, you are not weak, and you are not alone. Many people don't start because they are afraid. Afraid of making mistakes, afraid of looking stupid, afraid of failing in front of others. This fear has a name. It is called the fear of failure. And today, we are going to talk about it. Slowly, clearly, kindly. By the end of this episode, you will understand why starting feels so hard, why your mind tells you to wait, and how you can begin. Even when fear is still there. You don't need big words. You don't need strong confidence. You just need open ears and an open heart. Let's begin. Let's talk about why starting feels so hard. Many people think Gen Z is lazy, but that is not true. Gen Z works hard. Gen Z thinks a lot. Gen Z cares deeply. So why don't you start? The answer is simple, but painful. You are not afraid of work. You are afraid of failing in front of others. We live in a world of screens, phones, social media, videos, photos. Every day you see other people's lives. They look happy, they look confident, they look successful. You see someone your age who is already winning. And slowly, without noticing, you compare. To compare means you look at your life and another life, and you feel smaller. When you compare, your dream starts to feel heavy. Your first step starts to feel dangerous. Because now, starting is not just starting. Starting feels like a test where everyone is watching, a test where mistakes are public, a test where failure feels loud. So your mind tries to protect you. Your mind says, if you don't start, you can't fail. This sounds safe. This sounds smart. But it is a trap. Instead of starting, you think more, you plan more. You prepare more. You watch videos about success. You read posts about confidence. You save ideas for one day. Thinking feels safe. Planning feels safe. Doing does not. Doing means risk. Doing means mistakes. Doing means someone might see you try and fail. So you wait. You tell yourself, I will start when I feel ready. I will start when I feel confident. I will start when I am better. But here is the truth. Confidence does not come before action. Confidence comes after action. Let me tell you a small story. There is a young person. Maybe this person is you. They want to start learning English. They watch English videos every day. They understand more and more. But they never speak. They say, my English is not good yet. Months pass. Nothing changes. Not because they are stupid, not because they don't try, but because they are afraid. Afraid to sound wrong, afraid to make mistakes, afraid to hear someone laugh. So they stay silent. Inside they say, if I don't speak, I don't fail. But they also don't grow. This is how fear works. Fear does not shout. Fear whispers. It says, wait. not yet. Be careful. Fear wants to keep you safe. But sometimes safety keeps you small. So if you feel stuck, if you feel ready in your head but frozen in your body, please remember this. You are not lazy. You are not weak. You are protecting yourself. And once you understand this, you can start to change, slowly, kindly, one small step at a time. Now let's talk about the deeper reason behind this fear. The fear is not really about failing. The fear is about what failure means to you. Many people believe a quiet, dangerous idea. If I fail, I am a failure. This idea feels very real, but it is not true. When you think this way, failure is no longer just something that happens. Failure becomes who you are. And that is very scary. So your mind tries to protect your identity. Identity means who you think you are. If your identity feels weak, your mind will do everything to protect it. Even if that means doing nothing. This is why many people wait. They don't wait because they don't want to grow. They wait because they don't want to feel small. Let's look at this gently. Think about a child learning to walk. The child falls again and again. But no one says, "This child is a failure." We say, "This child is learning." So why do we change this rule for ourselves? Somewhere in life, we start to believe that mistakes are dangerous. We start to believe that mistakes mean something bad about us. So we hide, we delay, we stay quiet, especially when other people are watching. This is why fear feels stronger today. Your mistakes are not private anymore. They feel public, they feel permanent. But here is an important truth. A mistake is an event. It is not a name. You fail at something. You are not a failure. You try, and it doesn't work. That does not mean you are broken. It only means you are human. Many people say, "I will start when I am good." But learning works the other way. You start when you are bad. You start when you are unsure. You start when you are afraid. And slowly, you become better. Let me say this clearly. You do not need to be confident to begin. You become confident because you begin. Confidence is not a gift. It is a result. It grows from small actions, from small tries, from small courage. Courage means being brave, even when you are scared. You don't need big courage. You don't need loud courage. You only need quiet courage. The kind that says, "I will try once. I will try today." When you understand this, failure becomes lighter. It is no longer a wall. It becomes a door. A door you can open slowly when you are ready. Now let's talk about how to start. Not in a big way, not in a perfect way, but in a way that feels safe. Many people think they need to be brave first. They think courage comes before action. But this is not true. You don't need to be brave. You need to make fear smaller. Fear grows when the goal is big. So we make the step small. Very small. If your goal is too big, your body freezes. Your mind says, "This is dangerous." So don't say, "I will change my life." Say, "I will try for 5 minutes." 5 minutes is not scary. 5 minutes is safe. Small steps tell your brain, "I am okay." And when your brain feels safe, you can move. Let's use English as an example. Don't say, "I want to speak English well." Say, "Today, I will say 1 sentence." 1 sentence is enough. 1 sentence is a start. Now let's change the goal. Most people focus on the result. They say, "I want success. I want confidence. I want to be fluent." But results are heavy. Results create pressure. So we focus on the process. Process means the small steps you do again and again. Your new goal is not to be perfect. Your new goal is to show up. Today, I show up. That is success. Tomorrow, I show up again. That is growth. When you focus on the process, failure loses its power. Because there is nothing to fail. You either try or you don't. And trying is already a win. Now, I want you to hear this clearly. You don't need confidence to start. You need permission. Permission to be slow. Permission to be bad. Permission to learn. Give yourself that permission, not one day. Today. Imagine this moment. You are alone. No one is watching. No one is judging. It is just you and the next small step. You say to yourself, I will try. Not forever, not perfectly, just once. This is how change begins, not with a big decision, but with a quiet action. So if fear is still there, that's okay. You don't need fear to go away. You can walk with it, step by step. And one day, you will look back and realize something. You didn't wait for confidence. Confidence came because you started. Before we end, I want you to remember one simple thing. Fear is not your enemy. Fear appears when something matters to you. It appears when you are close to growth. So if you feel fear, it does not mean stop. It means you are standing at the edge of change. Many people think they are late in life. Late to start, late to learn, late to become someone. But life is not a race. There is no correct timeline. There is only your time. Your pace is not wrong. Your pace is human. You don't need to catch up with anyone. You only need to move forward. Slowly. Honestly. Maybe today you don't feel ready. That's okay. Ready does not come before action. Ready comes after. You don't need to fly today. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be fearless. You only need to stand up. Take one step, a small step, and then another. If you remember nothing else from this episode, remember this. Start before you feel ready. Because the life you want does not begin with confidence. It begins with courage. And courage is very quiet. It sounds like this. I will try. Thank you for being here.